What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are going to compare and contrast the two novelizations for The Force Awakens. So we have the adult novel written by Alan Dean Foster, and we also have the junior novel written by Michael Koch. Now, before I read either one of these books, I knew the general opinion about them. Most people were saying that the junior novel is actually better than the adult novel, and upon reading them, I can see why, because the junior novel does flow a little bit better. It doesn't have like those weird, like, poetic ultra emo passages from Kylo Ren in them, and it definitely doesn't like drag. I feel like it's not as bogged down with so many like little extra bits. It really does feel like it's translated from the movie a lot better than the actual adult novel is. We also get the famous, like, you have compassion for her scene in the junior novel. But I actually enjoyed the adult novel a little bit better, and that probably has to do with the fact that I like to flag things. I like to find stuff that I really like and just highlight it, bookmark it, so that I can go back and find it later. And there really wasn't anything in the junior novel that I felt like I needed to bookmark. Like, the only things that I was finding that were like of note was that Kylo is such a sad boy in the whole book, but there weren't really any like passages in particular where I'm like, oh, look how sad Kylo is. Like, there wasn't anything that I got out of it that I couldn't have found in this, or that I couldn't have like figured out on my own. This is the adult novel, by the way. So with that being said, I do think I enjoyed the adult novel a little bit more. There was also something weird with the junior novel in that it's almost like Finn is the protagonist. Like, I feel like we're more focused on him, and it seems a little bit more stereotypical, other than the fact that Kylo is such a sad boy, but we still have like our male hero, we have the girl, and we had, like the villain. So it just felt a little bit more stereotypical, whereas I feel like the sequel trilogy in general is trying to break away from that, so that was just a little bit strange. But a lot of the reasons why people don't like the adult novel is that the pacing is weird. It does drag like here and there. I feel like it doesn't translate from film quite as well as it could, but again, I kind of forgive that because it is a novelization, and they're never going to translate as well as you want them to. Some novelizations are better than others. I would say like Rogue One and Revenge of the Sith are amazing. This one's just kind of okay. And like, Kylo Ren is super emo. He does have some like really poetic, like real, like weird kind of passages in them, but there's so much in here that I really feel like you can like pick up on and look towards like the future of the saga and like really kind of theorize and like speculate about, especially now that we know like where we've gone with The Last Jedi. It's interesting to go back to this book and see all of the little threads that were there that we're still seeing continue on. That hints all of the flags here. So there is a lot to this that I really, really enjoy. I also really like at the very end of this book, we have this amazing line from Kylo Ren when Rey pulls the lightsaber to her and he's looking at her and he says, "It is you." And if the "is" wasn't italicized, that could have been a throwaway line, but it is italicized. So that just like leads to all sorts of speculation, and it's just so much fun. So I would say overall, just kind of in general, I do prefer the adult novelization. I know that it's a little bit weird. I know the pacing's just not quite as good, but I just really liked it. There's so much more in it that like I want to go back and think about, whereas in the junior novel, I thought it was great that Kylo is such a sad boy. We do get a couple of things from Rey, but from the most part, it's just basically your straight translation from the movie. It flows just like the movie. The only weird thing is that it's kind of told more from like this, like Finn being the center of it. So really, I think it just kind of comes down to preference, and I really just prefer the adult novel over the junior novel. But of course, I would always love to know what you guys have to say about this down in the comments below, and I also want to let you guys know on some like upcoming Star Wars books from me, just for, like, so you know what's going to be expected. So by the time you're seeing this, Solo will be coming out that night, I believe. This comes out on the Thursday, so the next day from that, the 25th of May, is when Most Wanted comes out, which is a like tie-in to Solo. It's about Kira, it's about Han. I'm definitely going to be reading that. That will be the next thing I read. After that, I'm probably going to be reading Revan, which is a book from the EU. Those aren't exactly canon anymore because Disney kind of like retconned all of that. but I think there's a lot of interesting stuff when it comes to Kylo Ren within that, so I'm really interested in that. I also have Catalyst, which is a Rogue One novel. I have Lords of the Sith, which I think we've been sleeping on. My friend Alex has been reading it, and apparently there's a lot of things that tie into Last Jedi, and this book like came out in like 2016, 2015, so yeah, it was predicting a lot of stuff, and we've been sleeping on it. And then I also have Battlefront II Inferno Squad. I don't really know why I picked this book up, but it's written by Christy Golden, and she wrote Dark Disciple, and I love Dark Disciple, so I am very excited for that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!